and I just believed that I saw myself doing it. It's so funny because you see yourself doing something, you go for it, you fail essentially, but it still kind of comes to fruition in a way that you didn't imagine, kind of, if that makes sense.
100%. It totally does.
It's so strange because so anyway, I went to LA. I filmed my audition. I was, it wasn't live the first couple times. They're just recorded, pre-recorded, so it's like I knew that it happened, but I wasn't really able to tell anybody that it happened. And then I got to watch it back on TV with everyone. So it was just like mind-blowing at that time. And all my experience with Thriller up to that point really helped me because I felt comfortable on the stage, but there's so many other parts to doing a show like that that I was unfamiliar with, like talking about myself and talking into the camera about my experiences, sharing things that had happened, in my personal life. That was really new for me. And then doing a live performance competitively. I had done like morning shows to promote shows that I was in and stuff, but to be like center stage, Radio City Music Hall, 6,000 people in the house, 10, 15 million people watching at home, it was intense. Yeah, a rush. So to walk away from it, or not even walk away, to be done with it, and then you have all four judges say something positive to you, your mind is spinning, and you walk away and you feel like no matter what happens, I really can do this because I just did it. And you then believe the dreams come true, and then nothing stops you. The end.
The end.
But
I
AGT
love
gave me a
that.
lot of confidence. It really, really did. I learned so much, and I mean, come on. It's a part of what I've accomplished. It's something that will always be there. And hopefully my great grandkids will be YouTubing clips.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Because, I mean, it's not just the drama, it's all these people sharing their talents and their experiences. And I think that's what makes it so relatable. It's good television. And you will forever be a part of that. Something positive that you did will always be there. And there's so many people that always wonder, am I good enough to be on one of those shows? Can I win one of those shows? Can I even be considered for one of those shows? And then plus they're also seeing people succeed through trials and tribulations and different
Yeah.
things that life throws at you. And you're like, why me? And I think
Right.
that's important.
Yeah.
So what was going through your mind as you were advancing and advancing on America's Got Talent? How was that for you? And what was it like when you finally had to leave America's Got Talent?
Well, I think it was creatively, it was a challenge because you only have 90 seconds to prove that you should be there. And America's Got Talent is so different than the other shows because you have magicians versus ventriloquists versus, just all these different people. The average AGT viewer wants to see something Cirque du Soleil-ish. They want to see something like, wow. So singers really have to be creative in the 90 seconds that they have. So that was a creative challenge for me. um, Opening up about my family life and things that had happened with my mother and stuff, that was hard. I remember my first long interview that I did, and they were just kind of asking me, like timeline, what happened after high school, and then what happened, and then what happened, and then pieces start to come together, like, oh, so your mom doesn't live with you, oh, so and then sooner or later, now I'm saying things that I never would tell anybody, and I'm saying them on camera that's going to be in front of millions of people. I remember after that first time I talked about my mom, I went home, well, I went to my hotel room and I just cried. I just cried. And I just, you know, you don't really know how it's going to look. You don't really know what they're going to put in, what they're not going to put in. And I think that it was important for me to watch back. And for people who don't have never heard of me, they focused a lot on the fact that I helped raise my siblings. I'm the oldest of six kids, and my mom had issues, and my parents split up, and my mom ended up moving far away and kind of leaving us. And so that was like a big part of it, and I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that to be a part of my story. I'm like, okay, what's my story going to be? Oh, well, I just want to be Whitney Houston. Like, let's just talk about that every time. But people want to know, you know, you it taught me how to not ignore the truth and ignore my pain, and understand that lots of people, everybody actually, is going through some degree of that in their family, in their personal life. So that is a part of it. The creativity was a part of it. So those were those challenges. And then it's like my first time on TV. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how do I look? Like, how do I sound? Like, what do people think? Like, do they like me? I was in the bottom two a lot when I got to the live show. So I was like, vote for me. Uh, Walking away from it, I was proud of myself. I was on it until almost the end. I mean, the next round was the finale, so I didn't make it to the finale, but I got right up to that point, and